Good morning traders and welcome to Thursday's live trading. Today is the 15th of June 2017. I'm Luke from Disciplined Trader, and first of all I just want to apologise for not putting up a live trading video last week. As I'm sure you've guessed the reason for that, it was election day here in the UK, so it would have been a daft decision to trade that day had any news rumours come out throughout the day and spiked the price one way or another. It would have been tricky to get into any positions. I think as it happened, it was a fairly flat, dead day anyway. Obviously, just in anticipation of waiting for the election result. But we're past all that now, thank God, and we can get back to trading as normal. So let me run you through the zones I'm looking at and the bands that I'm looking at this morning. My ideal band to trade from would be down here at the 7450 level. The reason for that is there's a lot of space to the upside, and this is a pretty decent level of support down here. If I bring across the 4-hour chart, you can see that the band I'm talking about is just this one here, and currently we've got the 4-hour 200 moving average just coming into that band now. So if price can make a sharp move down for that this morning, find support there, I would definitely look to trade that long away from that level. Other than that, we've got another band quite a distance below that. I can't see us getting down there quite today. Above we've got this one at the 7500 level, nice round key level. I would be happy to sell from up here. You can see that this low from yesterday is sort of in the way. That's the story really with the pivots and the open high low close from yesterday. I think there's only this band here where it's adding confluence to it. Here again the R1's in the way, the high's in the way, and again the R2's in the way. So it gets trickier the higher we go. So obviously the easy trade for today I think would either be a buy from down here or a possible sell from up here. But I'll keep you posted and let's see what price action gives us this morning. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a bit of an update. We are 9:40 now, and I got the sharp sell-off I was looking for this morning, but it just continued way past the band that I was looking at. Barely any reaction here, which is interesting, married up with the S1. So we've fallen down to sort of the 7425 level down here, and we're consolidating slightly. As far as my plan for the rest of the day goes now, a buy from down here would be nice. I am less inclined to sell from this band. There's no other price structure on the higher time frame sort of adding confluence to this band, which is something I do like to see. That said, the momentum is definitely to the downside now. So it would depend what the price action looked like if and when price does get back to this band up here. Otherwise, a move down to here, and again maybe some consolidating price action and a buy signal from down here. I would be happy enough to trade that, but it's a waiting game now. We're sat wedged between these two bands. Hopefully it doesn't just chop sideways for the rest of the day. It has had a pretty decent move already this morning, but all there is to do now is wait. So I'll come back to you if we move to one of these bands. Okay, so we are coming up to 10 to 11 now. As you can see, we are consolidating still. We're getting this little move down at the moment, but I think what we're waiting for currently is the bank rate at 12 o'clock. If I bring the news calendar, as you can see here, we've got the bank rate here at 12 with the monetary policy. So I think we're likely waiting for that, which is obviously at 12 o'clock, so we've got just over an hour to then. What would be nice, I think, is if it could drift sort of maybe a bit lower, just so it's closer to an area where I can actually get involved in a trade. Currently, I mean, it could have a decent reaction from here, and I'm still waiting around to get in a trade. So either it drifts up or it drifts down would be brilliant. Whether it does that or not remains to be seen. So I'll probably check back with you around the news and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're just past 20 past 12 now. And as you can see, this FTSE has not stopped falling all day. This was the 12 o'clock news announcement. The vote was a little different to what they were expecting, I think, and this has obviously added to the further move down on 12 o'clock. We've now broken through this band, as you can see, and we're coming into today's S3. I think the FTSE is down about 1.2% today, so a big move down. Now, as far as trade setups go, I'm not really keen on shorting from here, the reason being that the S3 is right here. If I was going to take a short from here, I really wouldn't be looking to run it any further past this S3. Other than that, if price can start move back up, hold above this band, drop back into it and give me a buy signal, then that would be something I would be interested in. I would be cautious about holding it for too long, as obviously there's a lot of downward momentum today. As you can see, lots of potential areas for any upwards move to reverse. So we'll have to see what happens. It's been a tough day so far, a lot of waiting, a lot of patient waiting. It can be difficult on days like this when price is moving as much as it is today to sit on the sidelines and not get involved, because you're watching all this price movement and there's not much you can do with it. But I actually find that when price is moving like this, 9 times out of 10 I'm not involved in it. I'm actually sat on the sidelines watching it most of the time. But on the days where price is not moving as viciously as this and as fast as this, they're the days that I get my trades, and those trades tend to do really well. So I'm not going to get upset that these days that happen like this where I don't get involved, they don't happen that often, so I don't mind. The mental battle that you've got to have with yourself is, look at all this price movement, how have I not made any money today, or how have I not taken any trades today? And really that's just part and parcel of days like this for me. There's still plenty of time left. Like I say, there's a couple of possible opportunities that might arise this afternoon, and if they do, I'll look to trade them. But it might be one of those days that I just don't get a setup, and that's fine. But we'll see what happens. I'll come and check back with you a bit later on this afternoon. Okay, so we're coming up to 3:30 now, and price has broken back above this band that we were discussing this morning, and it does look to be coming back to give possible buy signal down here. I've got an alarm, as you can see, just above the band, and it's come within touching distance of it. I'm surprised it's not set it off. This is so close to being in the band and giving us that signal. There's a lot of intraday support areas here, look, from these previous minor highs. It's come up and retested these minor lows from the move down and reacted back down to the band. So what I'm looking for now is a decent buy signal, and with it being 3:30, I won't be looking for the biggest of moves, maybe another move back up to this area where it stalled originally, depending on how fast it moves, if we do get the setup at all. So I'll keep you posted, but it's looking a bit more promising now. Okay, so just coming up to the end of this candle, and it is looking like we're going to get an entry just above this candle here, if it finishes a bit higher than this. If it finishes down, this isn't going to be the pin candle that I'm looking for, and it's not going to be. So we will keep waiting. As you can see, this black arrow is the candle that triggered the alarm. So now we're literally just waiting to see if we get any signal candle from this band. I thought that was going to be it, but it's not, so we'll keep waiting. Okay, so just coming to the end of the next candle, and it's looking like we're going to get a piercing pattern here, if this can finish near its highs, which it's going to do. So I want to be in on this now at 99.8. So order in there. Okie dokie. I'll just 39.8. Cool. So now we're looking for this to move upwards. It's 10 to 4, so we've got a little bit of time till the close. What would be nice to see is people taking their profits from this large move down. We've obviously had this little move up already, but as we're coming to the close of the day, a little bit of profit taking should hopefully take this position at least up to this previous stall point. I think my initial target may be to run it to the S2, so you can see we've just been triggered now, but we'll see how this runs. If it's laboured as it moves up, then it may be a case of taking profits at this previous stalling point. If it moves quite quickly, then I may hold for the S2. Obviously it might just come straight down and stop me out, but we'll see how it moves. I'll keep you posted. Okay, so we're just coming back up to these previous intraday highs here. You can see these line up pretty nicely with sort of this sticking point here. So what I'm looking for from this move is for it to come just a little bit higher and test this sticking point here whilst taking out this high. So any stops that are sat above here will get taken out, and this little intra low here will get tested. So that's basically what I'm looking at. We've got 10 minutes until the close. So all I'm looking for is a spike into this area. Basically, once we get into this high or just above, I'll be closing this trade manually, and that will be done. However, if it just starts falling away from here, then we're already high enough for this not to be a loser. So it should be all good. We're just getting this move now by the looks of things. I'm going to get ready to close this trade out potentially. See how this next candle starts. So just closing now, and it's not a good sign that it opened way off the high of the candle there. Not a fantastic sign. I don't like that actually. So what I'm going to do is close this into the high of that candle there. So not a bad trade. All in all, I think that was about 16 points. See, this is sort of the interest point for a lot of other traders as well, so you're going to get a lot of sellers trying to step in here. People that have took a short, maybe, as it's coming back up, don't want to get into a losing position, so they're cutting their positions here. Again, that's more selling. But this is what I was expecting to happen. Just the open of that candle spooked me a little bit. I don't like seeing the gap down. But a good trade. We had to wait all day for it, but it came in the end. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you find use from the content in these trading videos, and watching me over an entire trading day. You can see that it's 20 past 4 now, so I've literally been here all day and had to watch this market really patiently. As you can see, there's been a big sell-off today, and days like this can test you, because you can jump into positions thinking that you're missing out on these moves, missing out on potential profits. You can talk yourself into stupid decisions that ultimately will destroy your account. But if you have a plan and you stick to it, like we've done today, okay, the opportunity came really late in the day, but ultimately it played out in the end. So yeah, like I say, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you find use. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments area below, and I'll get back to each and every one of you. And I'll see you in the next video.